Here we go, guys. Welcome to Gematria class, learning the comms with Queued Up and Poussant here. Let me just get the slides up and let me bring in my partner, Justice, Shady Groove. Shady, welcome to Learning the Comms, Gem Comms 2 with Queued Up and Poussant.
Hey, Matrix, and all of you Patriots. I think we've got something very interesting in store for you today. Thanks for joining us, and I hope you enjoy this little segment on Gematria.
Yeah, and I'm learning, Shady. I've really never really totally understood it. I always had that in my mind, like, oh, it means math and reject. And I think that's
I can't do math.
I can't do it, but it's not that hard, guys. Queued Up has taught me a lot as well. And I just am, I think we're going to learn a lot here. And also, real quick, we have a special guest too. There's another person that does a lot of gematria, and that's Seal Brain too. And we have here with us LK Dark to Light. LK, say hello to everybody.
Hey everyone, what's up? I am so excited to be here with you all. I know I'm, the new Seal Brain 2 reader, and Queued Up and Poussant has been doing really good, and I'm really impressed with their work. So
Absolutely. So let's just do it. Let's bring in Poussant. Poussant, welcome to your show, Learning the Comms, Gem Comms with Queued Up and Poussant. Welcome, Poussant.
Thank you, Matrix. I'm glad to be here.
Awesome. And we need to get you a little closer to the mic and, so we can get your volume a little up. And then Queued Up, why don't you say hello?
QArmy, what's going on, fellas?
There's my Queued Up. There he is right there. Poussant, let me hear you one more time.
Okay, is this better?
Let me see one more time. Give me a check one.
Check one,
That's
one.
a lot better. Great job, Poussant. Shady, you want to kick them off?
Yeah, I would like to present to you guys Queued Up and Poussant. They're going to do a little presentation here of some of the things that they're finding in gematria. We're all kind of finding this together. It's very interesting. We hope that you guys enjoy it, but we are so we're also, all of us are learning so many new things, and this is just one thing that we find extraordinarily interesting.
Yes, sir. And we are so excited, Poussant and I, to be presenting this, guys. And we thank you, Matrix and Shady and LK, for being here. That's huge. We respect you guys so much. Top Anons.
Amen.
Thank you for being here and letting us do this. And let's get started. QArmy, tonight we come together to learn QComms and convert ourselves from QComm seekers to QComm speakers. No longer be in the dark. We were taught to read letters and words. The occult uses symbols and numbers. There are 9 numerical digits, and the alphabet has 26 symbols, which they have assigned a number to each one, like A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4. A equals 1, B equals 2, all the way up to Z, so forth. They believe the world, this is a Kabbalah belief, a Kabbalistic belief. These people believe God spoke the world into existence through numbers, letters, and words. So it is worshipped in that order: numbers, letters, and words. They only taught us the letters and words. They've been running around with these numbers, and that's what our president is doing in this number war. We are winning every day, and it is a number war, as Seal Brain 2 has pointed out, and as many can see with the repetitive numbers, like right now, 29 is a big one, but we see 23, and we see 61 for QAnon. We see the 17 everywhere. We see the 55, the 55. We see the 25 for 5 times 5. Guys, you'll even see a 10 for 5 plus 5. That's our comms, guys. QComms are everywhere. They're sending out messages and they're monitoring to see who is getting them, guys. And we're going to start with Q post 504. We are talking directly to this board. That is you, Anons. Learn our comms. Q. Super crucial, super crucial. Guys, the comms is how they communicate on the daily and can do it hourly. The way these tweets work, and you can go to the next one, Priscilla. The way these tweets work is it's done with time. These guys, they worship Saturn. It's cult 93. You see cult 93, Saturn with A, B, C, D, E equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? The simple gematria cipher, which we're going to go over, it equals 93. Saturn, the cult of 93 is Saturn worship, which is the keeper of time or father time. So time is very important. What we have here is a little timestamp sauce, which Serial Brain 2 has named the plus minus 1200 rule or the 2400 rule. Now, you take this tweet that Donald Trump did from Hannity, and you take it, and it has to be in Eastern time, guys. POTUS is sending out the code from Eastern time. So it's imperative that you convert your time to Eastern. You're going to see some of my slides in Central time, and you'll see I've added 1 hour to it because Eastern to Central is a 1 hour difference, guys. So in this one, we have a straight up 104 because this is a Serial Brain 2 slide and everything's in Eastern time already. 104 plus 1200 brings you to QPost 1304. Now I had put this one in here because it showed you have to be on your toes and ready for anything. And you got to bring in 1303 in this case and 1305, guys. This is simple timestamp sauce. And this is a way for POTUS to use his tweets to point to the map. News, Twitter unlocks the map. We have the map, the Q drops. POTUS is pointing to them. And multiple meanings exist on map, guys. That's very, thorough in all the Q drops is multiple meanings exist. Now we're going to go on to the next slide, and we see the Serial Brain 2. He's pulling more timestamp sauce, which you want to pull with every tweet, and then he's pulling the capital letter gematria, let's say. When you pull these capital letters, what he has found out was the capital letters equal a value, and when you go search that value in Gematrix or Gematrinator, there is other words that match that value. In this one, he did a word jumble, which I wanted just to add in there to let you know to keep you on your toes when you're doing these comms. They can send out messages in many, many ways. So, and he got twist gap from it equals 115. Musically equals twist gap. Now we're going to go on to the next one, guys, and start into some of my work and Passant's work that we do on the daily for intheMatrixxx and QArmy. And this is some timestamp sauce that really goes deep and is fun to look at, guys. This had a 9:35 Eastern timestamp. So you would pull QPost 9:35, and per the 1200 rule, you would add 1200 and get QPost 2135. When you read QPost 2135, you look for any tells or anything that we have to remember all QPosts are connected, and graphic is key. That's an actual QPost. So when you get a timestamp to one QPost, with enough effort and work, you can get to other QPosts, excuse me. So I took here and I go down and I see the date. When I see the date and I saw the number, I went back to number 198. Then, and I found something I liked, expand your thinking, reread crumbs, which we all need to do on the daily. It's part of being an Anon, guys. And this helps you. This helps you refresh, get to know them even more and more and more.
Hey,
Now,
queued up. When you
yes,
people are saying that it's blurry, so what I want you guys to do, if it's blurry, I want you to take a look at your settings right there, and where it has the cog. If it doesn't say HD, turn it to HD. YouTube is censoring the quality of videos on your side, so check that out. Also, Queued Up, will you take people through these and read the posts? Because I don't know if they can really read all that, my friend.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
We go into Q post 2135, and it says, because we added 1200, guys, I'll go back over it. We had 935. We added 1200. We used the Serial Brain 2 plus minus 1200 rule. So when we add the 1200 to 935, we get the number 2135. You go to QAG or QMap, type in 2135. You pull up 2135. When you go, you read 2135. Think DOJ, FBI classified leaks to fake news. Insert into FISA app in effort to provide new sources. Number 198, 09/07/18. Today, review of new documents raises grave concerns regarding an apparent systematic culture of media leaking by high-ranking officials at the FBI and DOJ related to ongoing investigations. Q. So I went to Q post 198, and we'll go back to 198 because there was number 198 in Q post 2135, and it says 3 sides from what shape? Well, we know what that is, the triangle. Expand your thinking, reread crumbs, Q. Now, I said, okay, that was kind of a dead end. It gave me that. Now, I could have ran 891, mirror images is important, and I'm sure I did. It led to nothing. Now I see the date, 09/07/18. Well, I figure if I write it backwards, 8179, I can't get to a Q post. There's not 8,000 Q posts. So next thing you know, I take the 1879, I mirror it, and I'm just learning from Serial Brain 2 to keep my options open and to be flexible. So I go into Q post 1879. House of God, only the beginning. Those who you were taught to trust the most, ... expect many, many, many similar reports to surface from around the world. It goes a lot deeper, connected. The choice to know will be yours. So I sit back and I'm looking at it and I'm going, many, many, many. What is he pointing at? So I expand my thinking and I go to the internet and I type in what this is talking about, because if you look, this is a Fox News report about Catholic priests being arrested. So I want to see if it's up other way. So I go to look at the next slide, and when I do, I see that there is an article that day posted, Phoenix priest accused of sexually abusing 2 boys indicted. Well, go figure, the next night, One America News has multiple victims, many, many victims on one episode on a special investigation. And I like OAN, guys. They put out good stuff. Check them out. So that's the thorough timestamp sauce. That's bird dogging it to what I see as far as you can bird dog it. Was POTUS pointing to this? I think so, guys. I think so. And we'll move on from there. That's timestamp sauce, guys. Okay, guys. The plus minus 1200 rule is basically like this. At 8 a.m., you would pull Q post 800 and Q post 2000. Okay, you add 1200 to 800, you get Q post 2000. So that's the plus 1200. So the way it works is a plus minus is basically code is given in military time. So at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it's really 15. Okay, so you would pull 1500 and then minus 1200. Now, if you live in Eastern time, it's really easy because you just take, and your time that it is your minus 1200. So you just take your 3 o'clock and your 1500. Does that make sense, guys? In the evening time, it's the plus minus because of the evening time having military time.
We'll go over it more also.
Yes, ma'am. We have other slides to go over it, and we'll get to that, guys. But a good question, very good question. All right.
Gematria is God's language.
Yep. You'll see people telling you that it's against God and it's not in the Bible. It's in the Bible, guys. This stuff.
Right. And we're here to expose it, guys. We understand this is mysticism of the alphabet and numbers, and Trump is exposing how they've been communicating by teaching us our comms. Now, they don't use just capital letters, guys. That's the thing. You know, we have comms we understand. They understand whole words and whole articles and people's names, places, times, dates, etc. This is way easier than what they're doing in their comms, which is way more complex. This is just capital letters, and it's just something. If you can move to the next slide, Passan. It's just something we all have to learn. And if we learn this, they can never pull this again on us. This secret communication, the stuff that JFK was talking about, ending secret societies. Well, this is ending a secret language, a secret communication. Basically, it's ending a back channel. So if you can go to the next slide, Passant.
This is the Gematria proof. R equals 18, 4, 10, 20. Q post 40.
Do you have it up on the screen?
Yes.
I still have future proofs past, guys. On the Phoenix Priest.
Slide 40. This is Q's Gematria proof from Q post. 40 is 4, 10, 20. A, B, C, D, E. ... So that's one proof. Then we go to Q post 1299. R equals 18. Q. Well, it does. It equals 18. 3410. Q post. Stealth bomber. Date of first flight. Date of Mueller's testimony. A, B, C, D, E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. ... after both of those. B2 in parentheses Q. B equals 2.
All right, guys. My screen is frozen to the future proofs past one. If you could.
This is the next slide is talking about Donald Trump's book, and this is, I think, page 188. What was the name of the book?
It's in there in green, The Way to the Top.
Oh, The Way to the Top. In Donald Trump's book, The Way to the Top, on page 188, it says his Kabbalah teacher, Etan Yardini, gave him some of the most and more memorable wisdom he has ever received. And that is Gematria. Where he announced from his 58th story Trump Tower, where he was running for the 58th president of the United States election, the influence of the Kabbalah will become overwhelming. Even further, when we get to the part about the hiring of 58-year-old Steve Ray.
The slide isn't advancing on Zoom.
That's what I've been.
We're stuck on future
Something's
proofs
up.
past.
Okay,
Yes.
let me come out and start over.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Stay
Thank you,
tuned,
Major.
guys.
So what we got there, guys, is R equals 18, just like A, B, C, D. 1,
Well,
2,
let's
3,
go
4,
through
5.
it again.
Yes, sir. Oh, I'm just filling it in.
Oh, no, you're
And-
good. And then, yeah, here it is, guys. Here we go.
Awesome.
So sometimes, guys, Zoom hangs. So hang in there. There we go. All right,
Okay.
Prasan, great job.
All right. Sorry.
No,
Do you
you're
want to
good.
go over those again? Queue up.
Yep.
Queued up.
Ma'am, let's go. Let's go. We got Q post number 40.
Oh, okay.
20 ABCDE ... We know what this is, guys. That's DJT. All right. And just like Prasant read, we have the R equals 18. That's very self-explanatory. Anybody want to argue with that? We can. That's a pretty easy one. It's then we have Q post 3410, just picking up from where we left off, where I'm getting the ABCDE 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from, guys. And just like D5, D is 4, 45, right? D5. All right, guys. Next slide. All right. You want to reread this, Prasad, just in case?
You can go for it.
In Donald Trump's book, The Way to the Top, on page 188, says his Kabbalah teacher, Eitan Yardini, gave him some of the most memorable wisdom he has ever received. And now the guy that I used to watch on YouTube, Zachary Hubbard, he used to constantly say that Trump was quoted saying that he found that his most influential teacher was his gematria teacher. So just put that up to what it's worth with our comms that we're doing. He has been practicing gematria for a long time. This is how he found out so much wisdom on what we are fighting today, guys. This is what they do not want you to know, what he knows. Now, the way he likes his numbers, 58th story Trump Tower, where he announced he was running for the 58th U.S. presidential election. He hired a 58-year-old Stevie Ray on the 58th story Trump Tower to lead it. Now, the number 58 is very significant to the number 26, which 26 is a perfect number, guys. And 28 is the second perfect number. Now, if we go to the next slide, what we have here is we were in a live show. We had got some Q drops live on intheMatrixxx, which happens a lot, which I believe is interaction from Q. So we get 2 Q drops, and in between the Q drops, and we're going to show you the Q drops in a second, we get from our president, read the transcripts in shout. Now, shout is when you're writing in all caps. So the POTUS is letting us know, read the transcripts. Well, as soon as I saw it come right after a Q drop and another Q drop came in, I had to stop what I was doing and run it through the calculator. As soon as I run this through Gematrinator, I go to gematrinator.com or Gematrixx, and I type in read the transcripts. When I type in read the transcripts, depending on which site you're on this picture that I have is from gematrinator.com, and this is the English ordinal, which on Gematrixx they call simple gematria. Do not get this confused, guys. It's 2 websites using 2 different terminologies.
For the same thing.
For the same thing, right, Prasant? And it gets a little confusing sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
But that's what we're here for, guys. Any questions, just leave it in the chat, and we're here for you, or in Discord, and we'll answer those immediately after the show. Or if need be, Matrix can fetch them and give them to me. And we're doing read the transcripts equals 218. Now, the value of 218 has something in common with this movement and with the communications, guys. And I think we all know what this is. Where we go one, we go all, guys. Not some, we go all. This is an easy decode. Some people get it wrong. They can't figure out what A is, and it's understandable. It's tough. It happens. You know, I could see A being some, but maybe it's all. I think it is all. So, so this is our little drop. This happened. You can see 1:07 p.m. That is showtime for intheMatrixxx for all you fans. I know you know. I'm there in the chat, loving it. Where we go one, we go all. Read the transcripts, guys. It was it was an amazing time to see him participating in this movement. Now we know he's Q plus. I mean, that's what I believe at least, but it's just amazing when you see this. When they talk about mathematically impossible, that's what we're here for, is to show you these comms are at times mathematically impossible. There's too many. If you're a coincidence theorist, maybe, but I don't think we have many in the chat here tonight that are coincidence theorists, since that's a big Q drop. No coincidences, guys. We have synchronicities. We put it out in the ether, it comes back to us. Next slide, please. Now this one I really like. I think this was right after that. This is a picture of the State of the Union with these women wearing white. Just pathetic. Not supporting our president. Just really hard.
Queued up. I have a question real quick, brother. Queued up.
Yes, yes, sir.
Did you read those Q posts for the people?
Oh,
because I think that's what's significant when you get the numbers, and I don't think the people can read the Q posts. You need to read it for them, okay?
Okay, here we go.
And then take them through it. So you've got POTUS shouts out where we go one, we go all with read the transcripts, right?
Yeah.
And then let's read these Q posts, okay?
Okay, first, guys, at 1:07 p.m., we get Q post 3779. They are not attempting to remove POTUS from office. We know what they're attempting. It's worse, guys. It's horrendous. 2/3 of the Senate will not vote. Go back up.
I apologize.
2/3 of the Senate will not vote to convict. No laws broken. They are attempting to protect themselves from prosecution and prevent the public from discovering the truth. Q. 30 seconds later, guys, 30 seconds later, POTUS drops, read the transcripts in shout, all capital letters. I go to the Q drop, I go to the gematinator, and I type it in, and it equals 218, the same value as where we go one, we go all, guys. That's our comms. And Q dropped right after that at 109.27. So when they're talking about some interaction, we're talking about 107.34. We're talking about POTUS dropping at 108.04. And then we're talking about 109.27. And Q is asking us, Delta, question mark, Q. Now, that's pretty self-explanatory. We have something going on, guys, because it could be read the transcript without an S, but you add that S, that 19 value, S equals 19, T equals 20. You add that S in it, guys, and you have where we go one, we go all. Now, this is a great teaching moment, because when you use the gematinator calculator, you do not type in numbers. So where we go one, we go all is typed in O-N-E. We're turning letters into numbers. You do not type numbers into a letter conversion calculator. All right.
The Q proof telling us about the 30-second deltas is up on the left-hand side, where it says, thank you, SEC server, reroutes, create delays. Killbox F, Q.
Nice. At 122. So, or 125. Amazing. Somebody put it in, caught it that fast, the deltas, which is great, but they did not catch the where we go one, we go all. And I don't know if he would shout it out, because that is our comms. That is how we're communicating, guys.
Picking up the communications, intercepting them.
We're intercepting them. These communications are going to foreign dignitaries, or going to the Prime Minister of Japan, I suppose, going to big dogs, going to Serial Brain 2, going to people, and what we're going to see some confirmations for this show you guys love, In the Matrix. So, and Shady Groove Hour, guys, it's coming up. It's going to be exciting. So if we can go to the next one. which we have swamp. Now, which we have a Q post, and underneath we have patriotism _ showing love of country or contempt for which it stands .jpg. Well, right there, when you see for which it not capitalized, that's the tell. Okay, why is that not capitalized? Did Q's hand not work when he was typing that in? No, we're talking about everything is methodical. We're sending out code. Now, I see the F not capitalized. I see the W not capitalized. I see the I not capitalized. I say, okay, I go into the calculator and I type PSLCCS. Now, what do I get? I get a value of 72. There's something else that equals 72, guys, and it is swamp. It's a way basically to label what without labeling to those who know. And the choice to know will be yours, guys. And this is a simple one, but one I really like. And now this, guys, this is from Zachary Hubbard's book. Now, I'll tell you, the man is not a fan of Trump, but it helps you learn because he goes in on Trump and you get to learn his numbers. And also because Trump uses this stuff day in, day out in this numbers war. And it's actually known. He's put it in his book. He's put it, I mean, that's why it's on page 188, guys. Because if you look at it, Trump equals 88 in simple gematria / English ordinal, whichever calculator you're on. So what we have here is a page that I wanted to read to you. In the bottom, it says, in Kabbalah, central belief is God created the world with language by combining the number with the letter with the word. Okay? He created his universe by 3 forms of expression: numbers, letters, and words. The belief about creation from the Book of Formation is in line with the beginning of the Holy Bible, which begins with Genesis, where God speaks the world into existence over the course of 6 numbered days before resting on the 7th day and making it holy. If you have not read the story of creation from Genesis, God begins each day by making a verbal command. And God said, then bringing something new into this world, from light to water to land to stars, to the sun and moon, to plant life, to living creatures, etc. Before concluding with his last creation, mankind, who was brought into existence in the 26th verse of the Bible, which relates to the number 58, on the 6th day, and both numbers for very specific reasons we will reveal. So guys, we have their belief system. Now, you just have to connect some dots to think if they're using this. And if someone who has stated that Kabbalah teacher or gematria teacher showed him the wonders of the world, would you think he would keep using something that was that magnificent if he's a stable genius? I think so. I think he is, guys. I really do. So if we go to the next slide, that's what I wanted to cover on that. And guys, feel free to screenshot this. We made these slides. Poussaint put so much hard work in this. I mean, this has been days and days of work, guys. So, take this, use this. This information is for all. We are trying our best to give our best results here, guys. We're not saying this is cut, set in stone. These are question marks. These are values that equal. And I just wanted to say, publicly, thank you, Poussaint, for making all these. It really looks good. And if you could read this one, I'd appreciate it. You're on mute, Poussaint.
Thank you. I'm Matrixxx. Gematria. These comms are not new, ancient, in fact. There is such a long history of our symbols. Our alphabet letters are their symbols they created over the eons for us, the sheep. The conversation is going on many different levels. Think of it as many layers of an onion, or think of it as a tall office building. Fun thing is there's several conversations all going on at the same time. There are different floors that make up the whole, layers. Each level each level is a different with more and complex variables that come into play to decipher. Anything can be coded and decoded as long as you both know the cipher.
All right, guys, that is wrapping up a little brief summary of GemComs 1 that was super interrupted, guys, and you're going to see why in a second, guys. You're about to see why. We're going to start our GemComs 2. We've been working hard on this one, and I think you guys are really going to like it. We call it Learning the Comms. And we really appreciate Serial Brain 2 out there. If you're watching, we appreciate you teaching us this and showing us this. It's huge, really huge. So this is a little bullet points, guys. This is what we're going to get into tonight. I think it's exciting. I think it's mind-blowing. I hope you guys think the same. First, we're going to cover hand signals from POTUS. We know he uses them, guys. This is very obvious. We're going to see. We got pictures. We got proof. PESOR confirmations, past and present. And I have a little treat for you guys to show you that I've been doing gematria in this code for a little bit longer than I've ever been a mod or whatnot. I have got some confirmations when I was just doing this by myself. And
Way before we met.
Yeah, way before I even, I was just a guy in the chat, and this was, so it's going to be cool. And we have GemComs confirmed, guys, and that's going to be interesting. And then we'll have some timestamp proofs for after the show and what happened during the show when we were being attacked. And we also have a Serial Brain 2 LK Dark to Light Cult 93 confirmed. It's cool, guys. I had a little help from a guy, We Are the News. He's got a Twitter feed. It kind of triggered me to go back and look at something. We're going to cover that. And then we have tons of examples of comms received, guys, that, there's a lot of comms. These are some of the best of the last 10 days, I would say. It's pretty cool, guys. Let's get into it. So what we have here, speaking of the LK Dark to Light Serial Brain read, which was amazing. He's doing awesome work, God's work. I mean, when you see that cinematic value and just, I love the bass rattling through the house. It's just awesome. And what we have here is the master maestro trolling the heck out of these guys, man. He's just letting them know what he thinks and how he is the shiznit whooping their ass. Look at this, guys. He gave it to us. You can see the 9. You see the 3 fingers make the 3. The circle makes the circle of the 9. The arm is the leg of the 9. We have him calling out Cult 93, guys. Our president is a bad man. He's awesome.
Super
guys.
troll.
Yeah, he's just trolling the mess out of him, man. He has, and you know how great these rallies are, guys. You know the feeling you get when you're watching his rallies. He loves us, and we love him, and we thank him for truly loving us, unlike these other presidents who've sold America and sold their soul. We thank him. We thank you, POTUS. It is just awesome to see. That gets me fired up, guys. Let's go to that next slide. And what we have here, guys, I caught this the same night. I'm sitting there watching this, and I'm getting fired up at the rally, and I see him calling out Cult 93, and you know what he hits next, guys. The Q sign language. This is his hand signs, guys. This is POTUS talking to us. This is POTUS talking to you as an Anon saying, we ain't putting up with this no more. This is our turn, guys. This is the white hat's turn. He's letting them know. And this is very simple to see. I know it's a little smudged on the picture. It was the best one I could get. but you could see the thumb coming down behind the finger, and he is giving us the Q sign language. So first he did a Cult 93 troll, and now we're looking at a Q sign language. And if Passant, you want to take this, or
The fist pump.
Yes, ma'am.
It,
Take both.
it relates to Q post 1601. Fist pumps referencing POTUS / Q encounter equal. Keep up the good fight, Patriot. This will be a very common theme known only to you. Feel proud. #winning. Where we go one, we go all. Q.
And guys, you know Shady Groove and Matrix have covered this on their show week in, week out. When they see this, we know what it means. He would not make himself look silly unless he was giving out a message so hardcore they made news articles about it. They made YouTube videos about this. This is the comms, guys. Q's letting us know the fist pump. It doesn't have to be a double fist pump, just a fist pump. He sees you. He understands you. He knows you're in the fight, guys. Now we have our next signal, which everyone knows. It's been covered on the Matrix Groove Hour numerous times. Well, maybe a couple times, but this one I found the other night. Passant and I were watching.
I'm locked up again. I'll be right back.
Passant and I were watching the COVID talk every day, and we're looking for comms. We're chasing down words, especially if it's something he repeats. Now, because if it's something he repeats, guys, that's the tell. You know, he's giving out numbers. He's giving out things. He's talking to you guys. He's talking to us. He is talking to we, the people. So on the next slide, we have a video, which is him making an air cue. Now he's going after the reporters, guys, but everything he does is methodical. He understands what he's doing. He understands the power of hand movement. And he is constantly sending out signals. So if you see an air cue, which you're about to see, it's pretty cool, guys. You're going to see just a quick air cue on how he's calling on a reporter, but he knows what he's doing, guys. He knows what he's doing. Watch this, guys. There it goes. Oh, it happened so fast. We have to restart that.
Did you catch it?
It's a little cut. I hope it's going smooth for you guys. He did a quick cue. He puts the finger up. He goes in a circle. He goes so fast. We have to watch it at full speed. It's a little cut. It's cutting in and out. And if you want to look at this, you just go to Passant's Twitter feed, and she has the video for you to check out, guys. You got to look at this in full speed. Maybe you're seeing it like that. I can't see it like that. We're just going to move on to the next slide. And then it's just going kind of choppy. And
okay, there you go.
No problem. Now, this is where I wanted to bring in Mr. Shady Groove and Mr. Matrix, because we're starting with our PACEOR confirmation, guys. And for all the newbies out there or people, it's good to hear this stuff, guys. We got to repeat this kind of information. This is the way Q confirmed the PACEOR. And if you could take it away, Matrix and Shady, and bring it back to me for the gematria, I'd appreciate it. So what we have...
I don't know if Shady's there.
Well, Matrix, will you explain this, brother?
Well, you know, so Shady and I, and a lot of brilliant Anons out there, Passant was even involved in the dig, and we found that P is PACEOR, and we actually know the person that, you know, posted that, and Q reposted, hey Q, does P equal PACEOR? What does it say? When do we start seeing the pain? Where we go one, we go omega. I don't know any other way to decode that.
And this happened like literally 2 days after we did our second video on the Q Lounge about the Pesur. And you have to understand that Matrix and I were questioning our own stuff. We were like, does this really mean that? Could it be possible? It doesn't seem like there's another answer simply because of the organization of the original trust that founded the United States and Body Politic, which was the parasitic government that currently is in charge. So that trust backed the Fed. All of them collaborated their wealth and started the Federal Reserve, which is a central banking structure. Now, with this post, after Q had posted the P riddle, we were curious if it was Pesur. We did a couple of videos on it, and then Q put this out just like 2 days after the last one.
Yeah.
Which, like you said, Matrix, I can't figure out any other way to decode why Q would post this. If we weren't over the target, we would have probably slowed down a little bit at this point, but this gave us more energy to dig deeper.
That's right. And then recently, Shady, the Iron Belly said, wow, the president is now the federal chair. So who serves the master? And then it said P equals C, the chair. So the chair is the Federal Reserve. P is the Pesur Trust, the United States of American Body Politic Trust. And the chairman of the Federal Reserve serves the master. And now your president is now the chair of the Federal Reserve, taking out the master, guys.
Wow.
Huge.
So big, guys. We are living in the most magnificent time, guys. Be loud, be proud. This is the time to be alive. We are seeing big things. This is Q proving the Pesur dig for Matrix, guys. This is the confirm from Q. And what we're about to cover is how POTUS confirms it, guys, in another way. There's multiple ways, but this is the way. And this is when we can get into the post that I had in June of 28th. And this was Matrix and Shady. We're going to teach about Pesur to a worldwide audience, and this happened on the way back. Now, I wasn't part of QArmy. I was a QArmy, of course, in the chat every day, which you guys know.
Hey, queued up. Let me just
a huge supporter, super stoked.
Queued up really quick. So,
yes, sir.
So Kevin, wait, who was it? Where was it here? Because I want to address this because this is awesome. This is great. I'm glad you did this. Colin Hargraves says Postmaster. Well, yes. Did P equal Postmaster on Q Post 1970, Colin? Just asking for a friend. Did it say pandemic? Did it say Pindar? Did it say Patriots? Did it say anything else but Pesur? Just asking for a friend. All right, queued up. Go ahead.
All right, guys. We know we got a hard Pesur. I mean, there's possible things we don't know out there, guys. Keep open minds. But, right now, we're going to show you the hook, line, and sinker, guys. This is on June 28th. Shady and Matrix are returning. Now, I'm not a mod on Discord or whatnot, but I'm still fetching all the timestamps and doing the gematria. I have so much work on this, guys. Just stay tuned. You're going to see some really cool things. We have a tweet here in the capital letters, which are PIPWHFNM. Well, we see right there, not enough vowels, no word jumble. So we move on to the next thing. We go to the calculator, Gematrinator or Gematrixx. I go to gematrixx.org on this time. I type in the capital letters we just got out of POTUS's tweet, and I get a value of 105. Now you're going to see that's in simple gematria. The other values on here, the first one is Jewish cipher, 1113. It does not match up with 836. This is a match in simple gematria, 105 and 105. Don't get confused about this. So we have a match, a value match of 105. POTUS's capital letters equal 105. Guess what else equals 105, guys? Pesur. Okay, no coincidences. They just got back from teaching this and giving a speech. This is dropped confirming the pesos. Now at this time, we didn't. I was trying to get in touch with him. I could not. Haven't been on the internet long, guys. Like socially, I do my digging and was keeping to myself. But now, I'm giving this out because I believe that this is the comms, guys. And Cyril Brain 2 has taught us this, and I've been lucky enough to study it, to bring this to you guys, to hopefully, if you have any questions or understanding, because I understand how exciting it is to watch LK Dark to Light, and to, the bass is rumbling, the story's amazing, the Cult 93, this is happening, that's happening, you're being woken to real religion, the dogma practices and true beliefs. It's amazing. So what happens? You're not learning the timestamp, you're not learning the gematria, or you're not learning the 10 different other ways. The guy is just amazing, guys. So over the next little bit, we're going to be working our butt off to bring you as many comms as we can, guys. Now, this is pretty amazing, guys. Now, this is current. So what we have is, and we have one we missed, guys, and this was a Merovingian. This was I had it on another slide, and it seems to be missing, and it's okay. We'll do it next week, and I'll bring it in, guys. It's a Merovingian, and it happened 2 days later to reconfirm the Pesor that came through. This was shown on In the Matrix Shady Groove Hour, so you can always go back and watch that. But it was on 3/30/20, guys. Matrix made a POTUS confirmed Pesor ? And all show he was showing the Pesor work, because it's unbelievable, guys. When we're doing that, we're being attacked. We have robobots coming in. It's amazing what's going on. We are attacked. Next thing you know, the first tweet of the day from POTUS equals 105. The next day, it equals Pesor, guys. What do we talk about? Mathematically impossible type stuff. So we come here, we use the calculator, we type in the capital letters, and in this tweet we have New York Governor Cuomo says President Trump has been very helpful at Fox and Friends. Thank you. Everybody is working hard. So we pull those capital letters N, Y, G, C, P, T, T, and we put it in the calculator. When we put it in the calculator and get a value of 105, guys, in Discord, I had been dropping this to Matrix, that I had pulled this in June. So in our Discord for the mods, I'm putting in the 105, or in our QArmy chat, guys. I'm putting in, letting them know that I have pulled this before. Well, what do they do? Because remember the Q post, hear all, see all. I'm not talking about like God, guys. I'm talking hear all, see all. I'm talking about supercomputers. I'm talking about as big as a floor, a whole building floor of something that can keep up with all this information. The gematria, word jumble, T method. There's so much code going out, guys, at every different level. They got code for the normie. They have code for the 3-month Anon. There's code for the 6-month Anon. There's code for the 1 year. There's code for the 2 year. And there's code from the man that's been in there from Jump and the master cryptographer. So what we're going to see here is, after putting it in Discord, the next day, POTUS sends out with capital letters that equal 105. Now, if you're a coincidence theorist, go ahead. Put it off to a coincidence.
Queued up. I also want to mention this really quick. 2 minutes after our show. What was that, last week? Is that the one you're going to do? But let me just show you this. We had the show, what was it, Friday's show. Let me just see how this goes in here. And I'm going to just take over the screen real quick. But what people don't understand is Donald Trump, about maybe a half an hour after our show, no, less than a half an hour, we went to about 2:49 p.m. Eastern. We went to about that. Donald J. Trump says, "Great job being done by Bank of America and many community banks throughout the country. Small business appreciate your help." your work. So do we know who Bank of America is? Let's look at who Bank of America is. The Charleston, Cincinnati, and Chicago Railroad Company is the parent for the Federal Reserve. They are the parent to the central bank, the Federal Reserve, folks, and that's the Paysour's railroads. And they became heavily in banking. They had a Bank of Lancaster in North Carolina, which became North Carolina Bank, then Nations Bank, then the biggest bank in Texas, Interfirst, which George Bush is a director and merged in 1987 with Republic Bank to form First Republic. This was later absorbed by Nation Bank, which then became merged with Bank of America, folks. Okay, so that was minutes after our show, and we were talking about Paysour. All right, so I just wanted to show you guys that because,
Boom.
there's just too many
Right, guys.
coincidences. Go ahead.
And I find, Matrix, that the first tweet of the morning has usually some just really good sauce in it. I mean, and this was the first tweet the following morning, guys. This is when POTUS fires it out. He was holding his fire on his tweets. When I was checking the comms, I'm waiting on these tweets. And as long as my hands keep up, guys, I have a hard time with that. It's just a battle. And because there's a lot of tweets coming out, and that's why we're trying to get everybody up to speed on this so we can put together the best QArmy, because we're going to have to go through POTUS's tweets since 2016 and beyond. Probably we're going to have to go through all the Q posts. It's amazing work.
So queued up one more, okay? This is the 3904. So here we are. If you read Q, you can see 3904 says the tweet that Iron Belly said, and this is not another 4-year election. And Iron Belly said, RIP Federal Reserve. This is huge. This scheme essentially merges the Fed and your Treasury into one organization, excuse me. So meet your new Fed chairman, Donald J. Trump. Well, we have the Paysour confirmation of 1970 Q post. We know that who owns the Federal Reserve are Paysour banks and Paysour companies. And we know now that our president is now the chair, guys. And if you look at Q post 998, Pope will be having a terrible May Pope all spelled out. You guys see that. Pope is all spelled out. So Q says the chair serves the master. Who is the master? P equals C. Q. So now your Donald J. Trump is the chair. I don't know how much more clear we can get on this, guys. And it's so reluctant. Everybody wants to say that it's something else, but they never want to dig and look at our information, which is pretty tight, guys. And we are restructuring the Fed right in front of our faces, and the Anons aren't even understanding it or getting it. But I know you guys are, because you guys are the most red-pilled.
That's what we're here.
Yeah.
That's why
this audience. I started to say this audience. They know.
We know we got the best Anons in the business here, guys. We're really gonna just leapfrog this, guys, by learning these comms and everyone digging. The more people digging, they have no shot. So let's keep it up, guys. This is what's gonna kind of amaze some of you. Some people gonna be on the fence, but I'm gonna tell you what happened, guys. 2 minutes after our show started last week, POTUS dropped as I was introduced.
Sorry, Blessed to Teach is here.
Yes.
Thank you, Rick from Blessed to Teach. You guys have been knocking it out of the park. Thank you so much, sir. And Queued Up and Poussin are giving a gematria class, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I'd like to say hey as well, Rick. Great to see you here. You are doing an amazing job. Thank you.
And Rick, I really appreciate you showing up, man. I know I hollered at you in the chat last night during your show, but it's you and Gene. I really appreciate y'all, guys. So thank you for being here. I'm so excited to present this information, guys. And I'm going to continue. Thank you so much, Rick and Gene. Thank you. I love those dumb decodes, man. It's just really good. and the health decodes, James. So let's go with the 2 minutes after our show started last week when we were having so much trouble. We were being attacked hardcore, and it looks like Q, or POTUS, I should say, knew, because a double tweet comes out. Now, what are we teaching, guys? Timestamp. He brings a 2400 rule. So we're going to take a minute to teach the 2400 rule. What we have here is 8:19 p.m. Eastern. Okay, this is Christian Supreme. He found this. He was watching. He saw a tweet come out. He knew what to do. Guys, he's my buddy. I've taught him well. He went right to it. Next thing you know, I'm getting hit up during the show. That's how quick some of these comms are, guys. So what I'm gonna read to you what QPost 3219 is. It is badge of honor, Patriot, over the target, Q. Now this is after 2 minutes of us being introduced, and this is gematria being shown to the world, to Christians who have looked down on this as a mysticism. We're letting them know, we're just exposing this, that we have to end this. There's been children in cages, guys. We're putting this information out at all costs. This is all stops. We're doing whatever it takes, guys. And this is what I believe is going on. And this is what's happening, guys. Right when our show's hitting and we're being messed with and we get knocked off, and I'm sorry, it was my first time online ever talking. So, things happen and it was a little shoddy, but we're here to make it up for you guys tonight. And that's why we're teaching as we go along. And that 2400 rule is because POTUS tweeted out in a thread. When he tweets out in a thread, the other way, Passant, when he teaches out in a thread, tweets out in a thread with the ... in the same minute, you see the 819 and the 819, guys? That's the sign. That's the signal. That's the tell. Go to the 2400 rule. Now, that's not saying you don't pull post 819 and you pull post 2019 too. You're using your intuition. You're using the current events. You're using your knowledge. You're using what Q has given you and Trump has given you. This is amazing, guys. This is what happened right when our show was tearing off last week and they were messing with us. And this is the 2400 rule, guys. Just wanted to touch on that again because I know last week was spotty, and we'll move on. I know you guys understand the timestamp rule, but we're going to go over this weekly. We're going to make sure that every Anon knows this, guys. Now, this is just a little, refresher on the timestamps. We have a 1200 rule. We have a 2400 rule. So, we just went over this. And Passant, if you want to read it real quick.
This is February the 14th at 5:31 and at 5:30. So they were within a minute of each other. And both of those, when you add I think that one's the 2400 for 29. Yes.
Oh,
I apologize.
No, don't even yet. We don't even have to read this Q post, guys. This is, and I'm sorry, Passant, we're going to move on to the next slide. I see something that I don't like in that. So we're just going to move on to the next slide, guys. Now, what we have here, I think Passant would like to read this one, guys. This is pretty amazing. I'm going to set her up for this. This is, guys, the same thing to confirm the Paysor, the first tweet of the day. And POTUS held his fire all the way to 10:01 a.m. because the 9:01 on this Q post is Eastern time, guys. Don't get it twisted. What we have here, and Passant's going to let you know what we have, guys.
The post, Donald's post was, we'll be doing a press conference today at 5 p.m. The White House. People are working harder than I have ever seen people work. It is a beautiful thing to watch. So by simply pulling only the capital letters of each tweet, you can decipher general comms that our president sends over the course of a day. Some days it's hard to keep up doing every single one of them by yourself. This is where you can come in and assist. There needs to be an army of digital soldiers deciphering, compiling, and analyzing what's being sent and intercepted. If you have an interest in deciphering comms, all we can say is to practice, practice, practice. And the capital letters of that ended up being Trust Your Gut. I'm sorry, Gematria Reveal, which was 137. So trust your gut, practice honing your intuition, discernment. It will sharpen up. When I first started doing this, I was like everybody else. I thought, oh my gosh, this is math. But it's not. It's really not math. I mean, 1200, 2400. That's a little math, but that's it. Okay, you want to go to the next one? Are you there?
Hey, queued up. You have your mute on?
Go back to the next one. That was queued up, muted out. Go back to now. What I wanted to talk about here, guys. Go back one, Passant, so I can cover that a little more thorough.
Thank
Now,
you.
guys, we have the WPMTWHPII equals 137. We go to the calculator, put in those capital letters. What do we get in the list? Gematria Reveal, Gematria Reveal. Guys, what are we doing right now? What were we doing last week? Okay, this is something like comms go out on every different level. Okay, now Passant and I know the amount of time we put in and the work we put in. Guys, I don't sleep that much, so I'm telling you, I'm doing this at 4 a.m. till nighttime. Okay, what does the tweet say, guys? You want to read that again, Passant?
We'll be doing a press conference today at 5 p.m. The White House. People are working harder than I have ever seen people work. It is a beautiful thing to watch.
Now, he's talking about COVID people, but could he be talking about other people too? People are working harder than I have ever seen people work. It is a beautiful thing to watch. He's talking to you, Anons. They're watching. They hear all. They see all. Guys, there's different levels of comms. Okay, you know, we did ours. We got the Gematria Reveal, but he's also in ways letting you guys know, thank you for the work. All right, he sees what is happening. Okay, and he approves, guys, in my eyes. So let's go to the next slide, and this is going to be a little timestamp sauce. And I'm sorry for some of the crude writing on there, but it's just how it goes. And we get at 11:07 a.m. on March 29th. Now, we did the show that people that were here, we were here March 28th, Saturday night. And we get on March 29th, the next day, 11:07 a.m. 5-5, eyes on VIP Patriots. Now, we put this one in here because we are going to cover this eventually, guys. This 5-5 that's in the Q post is letting you know about T-Method. Okay, if you don't know about T-Method, it's advanced. Serial Brain 2 has a video on it. You can go to intheMatrixxx.com and pull up the archive of Serial Brain 2, and you will see the T-Method video. This is you guys' homework this week. Watch the T-Method video. It's going to be important, guys. Watch the T-Method video, guys. That is the sign to do a 5x5 grid. And we're going to be presenting some T-Method solutions too that are mind-blowing, guys. And it's really, really cool. And we have a few. We've even got some out of the Q drops, guys. So that's in the future. Look for that. And what we have here is we have 11:12 a.m. The next one comes in. All right. It's another Donald Trump. Now, we do the gematria on this too, right? This is just timestamp sauce though. So we add the 1 to the 11:12, we get 12:12. We add 1200 because of the plus 1200 rule. We go to Q Post 2412. Our eyes are everywhere. VIP Patriots. Now, either we're intercepting comms to other Patriots or he's pleased with this course. He wants this out, guys. This is how he points. I'm not saying he's pointing directly to us. I'm just saying he's letting us know things are on the up and up. And if we could go to the next slide, guys. Now, guys, this, Poussin, do you want to explain this one? With the victory? What we have here is a Q post or a Q plus drop, which I like to call them, but it's a Trump tweet, and it's saying 96-0 in the United States Senate. Congratulations, America. America in shout. 96-0. So when I see those numbers, you know I'm pulling up some Q posts because there's multi ways. Numbers are just symbols, guys, and this is how, you know, we communicate. This is how the comms work. When there's spots for time, they're going to use it. When there's things like this, you're going to see. We take the capital letters USSC in America. We put it into the Gematria calculator. We get 112. We get a list of results. In the list of results, because we got a value of 112, we go through the list and find something that matters to that day or to that tweet or to the current events or, you know, sometimes to what's going to happen in the future, the Q drops, different things, our comms. Well, right here, this is just confirming using Gematria. Look at the tweet, guys. 96-0 in the United States Senate. Congratulations, America. How does he sign this? Victory. 112, guys, shares the same value with victory. So the capital letters value is 112 and victory's 112. We have a match. Look at the tweet and decide for yourself. Think for yourself, guys. You're going to have a lot of naysayers with the Gematria. It's just how it is. They're not ready for it. Just deal with it. Keep your head down. Do your work. Keep learning. Keep expanding your thinking, guys. It's okay. If people don't get it, they're not ready for it. It's okay. Still drop the sauce. Still talk to them about it. Plant the seed, guys. And Poussin, if you want to take this one.
Everything is connected.
Yes, ma'am.
This is a Trump tweet. I will be doing a news conference live from at the White House at 5 p.m. Eastern to discuss the meeting of the G20 leaders that took place this morning at 7:55 a.m. a world teleconference. Also, my 12 p.m. teleconference call with 50 governors plus territories will be discussed. He tweeted that the 26th of March.
That's right.
And when we pulled all the capital letters, put them into Gematrinator. Oh, pardon me. Put them into Gematrinator, and the value of those letters came out to 244, which also everything is connected comes out to 244.
And guys, you got to give Poussin a hand. She's learned this since I've come into Discord and QArmy. She's doing an unbelievable job, guys. Give her a 17 in the chat. Give her a 45. Show her some. I mean, this is big, guys. She just explained that great. And this is what we're all here to do, guys. Teach a man to fish. You know, we're teaching our friends that people scared of it because it's math. Well, guess what? There's a calculator for this, guys.
Yeah, that's really not math.
Right. Don't be scared, you know. And we're going to go to the next slide, and I'm going to show you a little further sauce that I got on this. And this is, you know, thanks to Cyril Brain 2, who's expanded my thinking, and Q especially, and Trump, these guys, and Matrix and Shady with their digs is amazing, and LK with his cinematic. And I mean, this is just something I wanted to show y'all guys. Now, I took this same tweet and I looked for more comms. In this, you have a 5 p.m. So I would suggest you go pull Q post 500. You go pull Q post 50 if you want. Go pull Q post 5. That's digging, guys. That's looking for the comms. You got to catch them. They can't state things one for one. That's a Q post, man. You got to read the Q posts, reread them and reread them. So I add the PM times together. 5 plus 12. What do I get? 17. Well, guess what, guys? We had just went over, and this is what really triggered me when I seen it. I had caught this the other day when Trump was promoting Fox and Friends at 7:55 a.m. Well, I get to Fox 20 minutes early. Guess what Fox is promoting it for, guys? 8 a.m. Not 7:55. Does POTUS need us there 5 minutes early? Or is he sending comms, guys? 7 plus 5 plus 5 is 17. Or you can just look at the 5-5, but this goes a little bit deeper. And I put this in for some will understand, some won't. I'm not trying to confuse you. This is just thinking outside the box, and I like to show my thought process, guys, in this. Now, you could go pull Q post 20, and you could pull Q post 50, guys. These are the blue boxes, so pay attention. This is a little difficult. The G, the value of G is 7. Okay, it's on the Masonic shield. The G equals 7, guys. Well, if you take 7 minus 2, you get 5. Now, digits in numerology, 0 does not count in numerology. So if you take 7 minus 2 equals 5 and remove the 0 from 50, you get a 5 and 5, like 5, 5. So we have two 17s like a Q plus, okay, Q plus another Q, and a 5, 5, guys. This is what I'm doing with every tweet, guys. This is what I do on the daily. Thanks to all these Anons teaching how this works, showing their work. Because remember, there is a group of people who are not sharing any of this knowledge, guys, and we're not going to cover that. But just remember that we are trying to show this to you. This is super important. Please practice. Please do pattern analysis. Pattern analysis, is so important. If you want to see if someone's using timestamps to point, pattern analysis. Take it down, take screenshots, make a folder, see if it keeps coming up. You'll see what happens, guys. It's pretty amazing. Next slide, Prasad. Now, guys, to change it up, because sometimes I get a little bored. Sometimes I get in, I do timestamp, I do gematria, I do everything I can do. Number sauce, hand signals, whatever keeps it interesting. Guys, this is a great time to be alive. This is my interpretation of some things I've seen with Serial Brain 2. Okay, in his post, and LK can vouch for this, sometimes he'll take capital letters out of Q posts. And this is why we're trying to create a QArmy to literally go through every tweet and every Q post, to do gematria, to do T method, to do the pictures, because next week I'm going to show you a little something that I had learned with the size of the flag that was just dropped, which is pretty amazing, and we'll cover that. But right now, what we have is Q post 3899, and I'll do the first one, and Passant can do the second one, and I'll just fill in any blanks on this. Guys, we have a Twitter of Education for Libs, and we have the Silent War Continues ... And we know those dots matter, guys. Anons know dots matter. Everything matters when you're at war, guys. We are at war. Believe it. Our president is telling us right now, we are in an information war, narrative war. That's what we do. We are digital soldiers. They're taking care of the heavy lifting and the stuff. Thank you, POTUS. Just, man, if you know what's going on out there, you're thankful for our president, guys. Now, I take the T, the S, the W. I go run it through the calculator, okay? You got a 23 value for W. You got a 19 value for S. And you got a 20 for T. That equals 62, guys. I put it in, and you'll see the white results by English and simple gematria. We're only looking for the simple gematria. 62, the same value of Kafefe. And, go figure. What's covfefe mean, Passant?
Oh,
That means winning.
yes. Winning, yes.
Isn't it Arabic for winning or something that they scrubbed from the internet? Because they wanted to try and make a fool of our president. Well,
I think it's like in the end we win.
In the end, we win.
there we go, Mr. Shady Groove. You know, that in the end, we win. Trolling, can we say? And we say there's mathematically impossible, guys, that all this is happening. If you're a coincidence theorist, I understand, guys. It's okay. Come back in a couple months. I'm just messing, man. Just remember, this is mathematically impossible, guys. This is amazing stuff. The silent war continues. Covfefe equals 62. Now, what we have on Q Post 3897, and Poussin, I'm going to continue with this one since this is a little tricky. This is pulling all the starter capital letters. Now, this is Q Post 3897. Prevent D party destruction by any means necessary. These people are sick. Nothing can stop what is coming. Nothing. Q. And that means us, guys, too. There's multi-meanings. They're letting them know something's coming. Well, guess who else is coming? Digital soldiers, guys. And guess what? When you take those capital letters and you do not take the Q, from what I have seen from Serial Brain 2, you do not take the Q and you put it in the calculator. Well, what do we get here, guys? The G equals 7, the I equals 9, the T equals 20, the M equals 13, the 0 equals 15. That's Gitmo for the same value as 64 as the capital letters in the Q post. P, T, N, N. Guys, nothing can stop what is coming. Nothing. The awakening is here. Let's move on to the next. I get a little fired up, guys, because we are in it to win it, guys. And we're talking on this. Now, I'm going to let Passant read this, and I just want to keep in mind what we covered earlier in class. Now, we have Cult 93, right? We also have Saturn, right? Now, we'll pick up from here, Passant, on the any COVID, please.
Okay. Trump tweeted a tweet, 11:05 a.m., March 23rd. A great early result from a drug that will start tomorrow in New York and other places. Hashtag COVID-19. We take the capital letters A, N, Y, and COVID, put them in, and look what comes up. It comes up with a 93 value of the letters, as well as any COVID comes up with 93 in the calculator. So you can take any of the letters that you find capitalized, place them into a gematria calculator. And simple gematria value is the cipher that is usually used by Serial Brain 2 for the most basic decoding. There's others like he was touching on earlier, Jewish, reverse ordinal, reverse cardinal. I don't even know. I don't worry about them. I stick with English ordinal. Oh, there's so many of them. I stick with English ordinal on the Gematrinator site, which you'll see the links at the end of the show, and the intheMatrixxx calculator. The two of those work fine for me. Simple English gematria. That's it.
That's right, guys. And look, we also now know Don Jr.'s book, Triggered, equals 93 because he's trolling them. We're
taking the numbers back.
This is a number war, and I'm going to show you that when they're in a number war, they'll use number 39, okay, to combat number 93. So they're going to make things with 39 to combat number 93. If you're following Serial Brain 2 decodes, you understand the war is 23 versus 32. Now, 32 is short for 322, which also can be represented, guys, as 34. So 34, 3 plus 2 plus 2. These numbers, and I'm going to go over something, guys, that I just like to teach Pasan on the daily when we're working together and Matrix and we're talking. It's just something that's imperative. When we're doing the gematria, like for instance, gematria, the gematria of geometry is 108, 108. Well, it's geometry. The 1, the perfect line, the 0, the perfect circle, the 8, the infinity sign, guys. Our words are spelled for a reason like this. And we're going to learn that in these classes, guys, and it's going to be mind-blowing. And that's what we're here to do. And you can I recommend you pick up and check in with some of these guys decoding gematria. It's pretty amazing to see these articles. It's how they're contriving the news for the 4 a.m. talking points. I suppose, or my theory is that AI is doing this because there's just so many things. Now there
So
is
many layers.
Right. And there's organic gematria, guys. There's, you can go back and put in your high school and put in your high school sweetheart and the street she lived on and this and that. And you're going to see all kind of organic matches and things like that. It's pretty cool, guys. So we're going to go on. And now this one, if LK is there, this one, LK had dropped in Discord about, a friend of ours. I use We Are the News for my notables, guys. When I'm checking to see if I have a notable on the board or if Matrix does or Croissant does, which is often, I'm looking and and I'm looking on We Are the News, guys. So next thing you know, and it's We Are the News and it's .ws at the end of it. And we'll probably put the link in there for you if we can. If not, check it out. LK knows I use it on the daily, and sure as heck, We Are the News puts in a great great thread. I shouldn't say little because it was deep. Go check it out, guys. It's confirming the Cult 93 with things he had seen. So I'm reading his thread, and I see infiltration instead invasion. And I know the Q post was infiltration instead of invasion. Well, the 322 triggers in my head because I had bird dogged a tweet from Trump. And when I did that, I put in all the capital letters into the calculator again, got the value of 322. Well, I shallow dug, guys. I didn't follow through. What did I do? I marked it up to Skull and Bones. So I wrote on there Skull and Bones, and I put it out. I said, all right, POTUS is pointing to Skull and Bones. Well, guess what? Wrong. Got to have the courage to be wrong, guys. Now, he is pointing to Skull and Bones, don't get me wrong, but it went deeper than what I thought. And I found out when I'm reading We Are the News because Serial Brain 2 ran the gematria of it and got in simple gematria 322 without the of. So do you think POTUS was confirming the SB2 decode of Cult 93? I think so, guys. I mean, things are mathematically impossible when this is coming out, guys. This is, this could be just, the capital letters equal to 322. And if you want to believe that, that's okay. That's fine. That's just a coincidence. But we know there is no coincidences with stable geniuses in a war. Just fathom that, guys. They have tried to harm our great president. That's enough for me to fight every day. Next slide, guys. That is the confirm of, that's the gematria confirm, pulling it out. It was interesting how I found it. And, it teaches you to just keep digging, to know, to watch as many sources, absorb as much information. The more you absorb information, the easier it is to make a proper decision, or a proper intuition. The intuition sharpens. It's like a muscle. The more information you gather, the better you connect the dots. You know, the more you go through the Q post, the more you know the comms. And we're going to go through that, guys. And what we're showing you here is President Trump is taking back our numbers.
Hey, queued up.
Yes.
Mind if I cut in for a sec?
Of course, brother. I didn't know if you were there. Come on in.
Yeah, I'm here. Okay, I want to give you guys, if you're ever doubting that they're not confirming stuff with us, I want to give you guys something even bigger. Matrix, you want to play the intro of part 3A?
That's the first YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Let me get it set up. Hang on 1 second, guys. Let me just get it set up here.
And after the intro's done, I just wanna give you guys something.
Yep.
I hope everybody out there is enjoying this.
Yeah.
You guys are liking it and paying attention. You see what's going on here, right?
All right, let me just set this up, guys. Stay tuned 1 second, please. Oh, let me Zoom is off. There we go. I think I got it. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna play this. You want to lead up to it, LK? You're on.
No, just when it's done, I'll speak after.
All right, guys, what's going on? Is the video playing?
All right, so that video was about the truth on 9/11 and the destruction of the Twin Towers. The Twin Towers of our DNA. That same day, on March 6th, that video premiered. Flotus wore the same dress at the opioid summit as she did on the 9/11 ceremony in 2018. Coincidence?
Same day, guys.
Same day that video premiered, she wore the exact same dress at the opioid summit as the 9/11 ceremony in 2018.
And also, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that dress had an image of the towers on it. Am I right? Am I remembering that right? It had an image on the back of it.
A tower of some sort.
Right. Yes.
On
I
the
can't
back of the
confirm
dress, the
exactly
pleat.
what it was, but yes.
It had symbols of a tower, 100%. I mean,
Right.
that's the multi-layers of comms, guys. They're going to send out a web of comms. Now, remember, they can hear all, see all. So if they're sending out 5 ways of comms, they're going to be checking to see if we receive them. They're not.
Let's look at this, guys. March 6th is the combating opioid epidemic. And here's Serial Brain 2, March 6th, 2020. we did this the same day, and he had this set up as a premiere so we could premiere it. Like, we all took a field trip and went and watched this, guys. Wow.
So they're letting you know through the dress. Now, if you do not catch the dress, okay, there's other comms, right? We're seeing the other confirmations, and we're probably next week going to cover some of the confirmations from We Are the News. We just have such a full show today. I wanted to cover some of them, but we couldn't. So we're gonna, talk to them and see about that next week, possibly.
I also just wanted to say, some of you might say, how can they prepare for that beforehand? Well, I usually have a premiere page made about 20 hours before the video premieres. And I'm going to tell you guys that there's spiritual interjection into this. Like, I will have a video delayed a couple days, or I will have a video ahead of schedule a few days, and weird things will happen where I'll just be put back or anything. I'm spiritually guided when I'm making these. That's all I wanted to say.
So, LK, how did you know that she wore the same dress?
Zero Brain 2.
He let you know, didn't he?
Zero Brain 2 let me know, yes.
I think that's important. I know SB2, those are private comms between you two, but basically he said, enjoy the show. You got a front row seat. So you all have a front row seat, folks.
You guys are all so important in this movement. Without you, we wouldn't be here. Without you, there wouldn't be a Great Awakening. You guys are all equally important. Don't ever think that we're more important than you. Without you, we would be nothing.
Yep. And we, Shady and I were on Blessed to Teach show, and Rick is in here right now. Blessed to Teach called Shady, Praying Medic, and myself top Anons. Isn't that correct, Rick? We went on his show. So
I was watching live when that happened, guys. So, anyone that wants to hate on Matrix and Shady, get in line, get in line. It's okay. We understand the Paysor is mind-blowing. It's what happens.
Yeah, and maybe I'd like to speak a little bit to what we see in the background. Matrix and I have been through a number of levels of waves of attacks, and as they happen, there's always massive reveals around them. Like after the Paysor stuff, there was just the influx of attacks against us and people attacking us in the background and sending DMs and all this stuff. And then as soon as we started talking about Cult 93, now you got to understand, a lot of us understood the symbolism of Cult 93 and how they embed it in our world that we live in, like the very specifically in the symbols, like the McDonald's, for instance, is 9 letters and the 3 is the arches, or the Budweiser, the beer can, the Budweiser beer logo is the 93. And we started, between all of us, digging deeper, and we started going through the logos, and then it's almost every logo we're looking at, we're seeing the connection to the Cult 93. And then right after this, with the great videos that LK started to do, the next wave of attacks came, and they've kind of bubbled up from there. And we're obviously seeing this simultaneous thing happen with the president, but they're bubbling up at the same time as these other events, like what's happening with AJ right now and other people that are claiming things on the internet about Q. So it is connected to the attacks of distraction. They do not want people to see this information because their power is in you not knowing. And that's very crucial. The power is in you not understanding. Once you understand, then there is no spell. You have broken the spell. You have removed the mirror. You have stepped away from it. And so that's that's a big point of this that we see from the backside of, okay, we start to put out content and then all hell breaks loose. They were like, okay, well, that means something.
And what Shady's talking about removing the spell is it goes through everything, right, guys? When you learn this symbolism, and all symbolism, when you're at the football halftime show, it has no power on you. You see the sex magic. You see the, Shakira with the ropes on her hands, the human trafficking, the sacrifice of the Jesus Christ pose, the 40-year-old with her ass out, or butt out. It's not cool. when you do not give your energy up to them when you know what's going on. When you do not know what's going on, you are giving your voluntary energy to them. That's why they're doing it for free during the halftime show,
Since
guys.
we spoke about it, guys, whoops, let me just make this a little smaller. Here we go. Let's just play a little bit of this. Here we go.
Q3476 was posted in reference to the increased attacks from paid shills and or infiltrators claiming to be part of our movement when in fact they are pursuing a personal agenda with specific goals. They are easy to recognize, and I have described them in the past. They have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. They don't learn the comms, refuse their RComms despite Q's repeated statements. He says, learn the comms, learn the comms, learn the comms, over and over, right? Are terrified of losing their readership and only find peace by attacking our most valued Anons, who were mentioned by Q while they were, despite their great loquacity, have been royally ignored. So the other guys, these guys are being ignored, but who's not being ignored? Our most valuable Anons. So I followed up, and SP2 answered my question. There's many of them, but he named 3 specifically of our most valued Anons. Guess who they are? Type out if you guess who the 3 most valued Anons, according to SB2, was. At least he said there's a lot of others, but 3 he mentioned specifically. Who would they say are our 3 most valued Anons? I'll give you a hint. 2 of them are on the show right now. And they're named Shady Groove with 3 O's and intheMatrixxx with 3 X's. And then also Praying Medic. So that is a select group of people being called out and honored by SB2. Appreciate your guys' work.
Thank you. And that's SB2. If you're listening right now, thank you so very, very much.
Hold up.
Always had very much respect for you, Shady and I both, and we read your stuff and it's amazing. And that the comms that he's talking about is where we go one, we go all. Stay united, not divided. And basically, you know, together we are all stronger when we are together. We are fighting a very deep evil thing here, and for anyone attacking anybody else, for what? It's not about me. It's about the information.
There you go. Okay, queued up. Because queued up, you couldn't hear. So go ahead, queued up, sir.
All right. I just want to, guys, that's Rick confirming it. That's what we need right there. That's SB2 confirming it, guys. That's, what else do we need at this point? You got to understand these guys have come out with this information and put themselves at risk. This is huge information. This is what P is. This is what Rick is saying. SB2 is confirming. This is, and we're showing the Paysor confirmation with Gematria tonight, thorough, that it's happened in June and again on Monday or Tuesday, right after the show. We have multiple confirmations, guys. This is, what we need to be focused on, and we need to be focused on a lot of things. But right now, is anybody getting attacked about Pindar? Okay, where's the enemy's fire at? The enemy's fire is not at Pindar. It's all on the people with Paysor. So just look where the enemy's firing. Look who's being attacked, and it's plain and simple, guys. You can think for yourself. You know what's going on. You can connect these dots, guys. This is a number war, and it is a narrative war. And they're taking out the people given the real sauce. And I don't know if you want to continue with this matrix or if you want me to continue with the slides. Just let me know, brother. All right, guys. This is what we have when we're talking about the number war, guys. At 5:42 p.m. Eastern, we have a President Trump 230,000 gowns being delivered to New Orleans tomorrow. Okay, there's the number 23, guys. Seeding number 23 in the public's eye. Lately, I've been seeing the number 29 a lot. I'm kind of interested to see what SB2 comes up with, and you never know what I'll be come up with. I'm doing pattern and analysis on it. I'm checking on it on the daily. I'm doing everything I can, guys, to get these comms out for QArmy and to try and teach them, guys. So, you know, we're doing, and I wanted to show you this. This is how, you know, this is how you put 23, and then we're going to show you on the next slide how numbers have relations, guys. Numbers relate. So basically, when you put QAnon in the Gematrinator calculator, you get 61. So Q equals 17, A equals 1, N equals 14, you know, so on, right? The way it works is QAnon equals 61. Well, what relates to 61? Well, they're number worship, and during the number worship, they worship prime numbers. So 61's a prime number, only can be divided by 61, or 1 times 61 to get there, to get to 61. So the 18th prime number is relevant. Now we know they use the number 18 for 6 plus 6 plus 6. We also know they use the number 216 because 6 times 6 times 6. We also know they use 234. Why 234? 234 frontwards and backwards. 234 plus 432 equals 666, guys. So numbers have relations, guys. So they might not be hitting you with the 666, but they're hitting you with the 216. Okay? They know these numbers. They understand them, guys. It's mind-blowing when you get down to it. But once you learn it and years go by, you start reading articles and you just read the numbers first, and you can get the gist of it and go through. You read your time. Next, oh, yes, I was getting ready to, I was waiting for it to come up. So what we had on that was the 9,000, okay? And what I wanted to show you with 9 is a triagonal number, where if you add up 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus all the way to 9, you get 45. It's been covered on In the Matrix Shady Groove. I'm just recovering it, guys. We're reiterating what's going on. Okay, the number 9 is related, has relation to the number 45, because when you add up 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9, you get 45. He's the 45th president. D5. Next slide, please. And what we have here is just showing you how we're not practicing mysticism, but what we call this show is Gem Comms. Gem Comms 88 in English Ordinal, otherwise known as simple gematria. I'm not trying to confuse you. I'm just trying to make you guys aware that Gematrinator uses English Ordinal and Gematrixx uses simple. Don't know why. I'm not trying to get into it, but I will tell you a fun little fact. When you type in English in simple, you get 74. When you type in simple, you get 74. When you type in gematria, you get 74. Our alphabet and words were put together with numbers in mind. They just forgot to tell us how important they were, guys, and that's what we're exposing tonight and showing you guys. So Trump equals 88, and GemComms, which you're at right now, equals 88, guys. 88 symbols time. A little fun fact about 88, when you're looking for the minutes of the day, 88 equals time. It's a symbol for time. It doesn't equal time. It symbolizes time, the double infinity. So how would I know 1,440 minutes in a day? Oh, they encoded it in the circles. The 4 circles, 4 times 360 equals 1,440, guys, the amount of minutes in the day. Okay, that's just some fun facts of just my love for numbers and things like that, and how I remember this kind of stuff, guys. And you can go to the next slide. I wanted to add that in. Now, this is our links, guys. this is the two ones you can use. The guy Derek created, he has a YouTube channel, Gematrinator_85. Really good. He ties everything back to a lot back to total solar eclipses and things. Really interesting. And then we have the gematria calculator on intheMatrixxx.org, which, you know, look, guys, when you're going and reading this list on intheMatrixxx.org, put on the full armor of God. They're putting things in there with Satan and with this, and it's basically like the nudie pictures on 8chan or 8kun. It's just trying to drive you off. Okay? Don't get driven off. This is a war. This is the comms. We heard Blessed teach. We heard what SB2 said about Matrix and them and about Anon's not learning the comms. You know, I hope he is watching this with a big, big smile, because we are trying to teach people the comms, and we are doing everything we can to learn them. And it takes time, and it takes practice, and it's taken a lot of pattern analysis. It's taken the courage to be wrong. It's taken time for the intuition to sharpen, you know, but it's coming together, guys. And Poisson's growing, and Matrix is growing. He had his first gematria hit the other day. It was amazing.
It was fun.
Yeah, it's fun to see. It's, you know, this is the comms, guys.
And that is the end of our slideshow.
And if there's any questions, I'll be, you know, you can put them in Discord or in the chat.
That was amazing, guys. I'm really impressed.
Awesome, man. I've been working hard on these slides for QArmy. I want you guys to take screenshots, take this away, come visit Poisson on Twitter. You can see my work is usually through QArmy, guys. You know, I have a hard time with social media, so it's just better that I focus on the comms. I'm busy. I'm busy all morning, all night with this kind of stuff. So
great job, Queued Up.
Be prouder to be with a group of Anons. You know, I pride myself being around greatness, and I feel like I'm around greatness. So it's really cool, guys.
Great job, brother.
Well, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
And this is a silent war, folks. This gematria, I, you know, got attacked by it. Shady and I were attacked by it, so we figured we better check it out. And then Queued Up was introduced to us, and, you know, very interesting. So we've learned a lot. Shady.
Yeah, man, I really do appreciate you guys coming here and doing this for everyone. I think this has been a nice presentation. I think that we kind of got some groundwork and a little bit of foundation set for some more. This is not all the information, everyone. This is just a little tiny piece to show you kind of what we're doing in the background that isn't necessarily something that needs to be presented or that we're presenting up front during the show, because it goes over the head of more of the simple stuff or what's going on today in the news. So we kind of wanted to make a little
time it was. It was around like 6. I'm like, oh shit, you know what? I am so tired right now. I should probably get a nap, but I was only able to get like 5 minutes in. So when I actually got on the show, I still hadn't been rested.